Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo! Hump day, yeah!
All right, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday evening, another Let's Talk with Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. I know everybody is getting ready for the holiday, at least everybody here in the U.S., getting ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow, Turkey Day. I'm going to eat your fill of turkey and then crash on the couch and take a nap. Or at least that's what I'm probably going to do. But, yeah, looking forward to it. Always a good time. Always fun to get to spend some time with family. Well, some family. But I am glad you guys are here with me tonight to spend a little bit of time. We're going to be talking Black Friday. We're going to be talking about some deals and some sales. Some of the stuff that you can take advantage of now. Some of the stuff that's going to be coming up specifically for Black Friday. I definitely want to touch on. There's a few things that I've noticed that I thought were kind of interesting that I want to point out to you guys. Make sure you guys are aware of. Before we get into all of that, though, there are a few pieces of interesting news that I wanted to cover tonight. One of which is breaking news that just came out today, apparently. And judging from the chat, you guys have already pretty much guessed what that is, what we're going to be talking about. So yes, I am going to be bringing up the Arcade1up Basic Fun thing, along with a few other things. We're going to be talking about that in just a little bit. But let me start off by saying hi and see who we got in the chat already tonight. We got Biggie D here saying, let's go. We got Thumper Squid. Sorry about that. Hello, wonderful gamers. Good to see you. JJ says the best deal of Black Friday could be the improvements to Basic Fun Cab when they obtain all the insider knowledge from their buyout of A1up. I got news for you. They've already got all that insider knowledge, considering that Cyrus has been working with them for a while now. So I'm not sure how much that will change when or if this merger actually, this buyout actually goes through. But again, I'll talk about that in just a little bit. We got Rich Ongren here wishing people a happy Thanksgiving. We got the Be Me here saying this has the same stench of MCI WorldCom merger did on a much smaller scale. Stock Jock is here for the clever wittiness of the one and only Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Now get off my lawn. Oh, Stock Jock, you're going to be so disappointed because I'm not that witty. We got Jim the Pacers fan here. Hello, everyone. What an interesting evening. Yes, it certainly is. Of course, Jason Little Alien, our moderator, best moderator in the business, all around wonderful guy. Happy Wednesday and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We got Israel Gaming here saying happy Thanksgiving to everyone as well. J-Rod is in the chat. Everybody wishing a happy Thanksgiving. I love that. That's awesome. We got Mike Hawkhurst here. Are we sure that someone at Basic Fun didn't just buy the Arcade1up claw machine and someone read the headline wrong? Always a possibility. B. Kirby is here. Always great to see you, B. Kirby. What's up, fellas? We got the Be Me said you before, but he is saying Hump Day chat was missed. Yes, that was earlier. Before I had the chat come up, you did say it's Hump Day for Thanksgiving with Bill's Retro Gaming Show. I see that. Thank you for that. Always. BB is always like the first one here putting up something in the chat, usually before I have everything set up or I can grab it to show it on screen. But thank you to the BB. Always here early. Always appreciate it. Steve Sale is here, my good buddy Steve Sale. Mr. Bill, happy Thanksgiving. Steve is getting, for those of you who know, there's been a GoFundMe for Steve to help him get his smile back, some much-needed dental work. He is getting closer and closer to the time where that is going to happen. So good luck to him. Congratulations. I'm glad that everything is starting to work out for you there, buddy. And we got the Dr. Freeman here as well. Basic Fun was always Arcade1up. Yeah, in a lot of ways, that's for sure. All right, guys, so let's jump right in because I don't want to waste too much time tonight. I know, as usual, I will have the show redirected over to the guys at Arcades Anonymous after this, so you can be sure to check them out as well. But I want to start off with this, something a little bit lighthearted, something a little bit fun. Not that anything's going to be particularly heavy tonight, but it's always great when Nintendo adds to their online services, make you feel like you're at least somewhat getting your money's worth. And they've just added 4 new games to their NES Online, to their Classics line, they now call it. And honestly, they're 4 great games. Really, not a complaint about any of these. We're getting Battletoads for NES and Ninja Gaiden 2 for NES. Ninja Gaiden's been on there for a while, so it's great to see Ninja Gaiden 2 finally show up. Hopefully, they'll follow this up relatively quickly with Ninja Gaiden 3 and just complete the trilogy on that. But it's always good to see those games on there. And then for Game Boy, you've got Bionic Commando and Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters. This article is from Nintendo Life, which I will link to in the description. I will also link to the official video from Nintendo. However, I am not going to play it for you guys because the last time I played anything Nintendo, I got a copyright claim on it. I had to cut it out of the video. So screw you, Nintendo. I'm not showing your videos. But it is good to see these games on here for sure. Now, apparently, they have also made some kind of an update to the CRT filter on the NES games. I was looking at it a little earlier tonight, playing a couple of these games in handheld mode on my Switch 1. I don't have the Switch 2. I couldn't really notice much of a difference, but maybe if I played it on the TV, I would notice something of a difference on it. But, for those of you guys who care about those kind of things, that is there. Apparently, there's also something of a change to a little bit of an Easter egg with the Game Boy ones. When you go into the Game Boy, if you're holding the thumb pad or the D-pad in a direction, depending on how you have the filter set for Game Boy, it will actually do the intro to it for like the regular Game Boy, the Game Boy Pocket, or the Game Boy Color. It'll do the little intro for it before it gets into the games list, which is kind of a cool thing. So just some fun stuff. Always good, like I said, to see them add to the games list. We've got a couple other people stopping by, like my good buddy Jay here, Gamer Fridge, saying, "What's up, Bill?" And Steve, surgery is scheduled next Wednesday, so that is awesome. I am so happy for you, brother. You have no idea. So happy that is going to happen for you. We got Video Game Vegas here as well. I'm just waiting for the new Steam Machine Black Friday sale. Next Black Friday, maybe. Certainly not this one. I love seeing Bill chat up on the screen. I can see the people that have blocked me for some reason. Stock Shock, I can't imagine anybody would block you. Why would anybody block you? You are like one of the nicest dudes ever, man. Nobody should be blocking Stock Shock or any of the guys from Arcades Anonymous for that, Except P-Dubs. P-Dubs does strike me as the kind of person who would block Stock Shock. Yes, 100%, because that's just who he is. Him and Mike B, they've been on blocking rampages lately, so you got to watch out for these guys. I'm telling you. They're just... Yeah, you just never know with these guys. All right, let's get into some more interesting news, all right, beyond the Nintendo thing, and we're going to start with this. I don't have the sound up on this, so you're not missing out on anything. But this video was played last night during the Arcade Insiders show. They advertised that John D was going to be on their show, and then did this, where it was just a pre-made video. Okay, that's fine. But what's interesting here is what John D was talking about on the stream, and I will link directly to this video so you guys can check this out as well if you want. But basically, he came on to talk about delays once again for the iconic arcade Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter Alpha. So according to John D, this is what he has said. They did get their golden sample. They did get their basically final prototype to look over, and they had some issues and concerns with it. Again, this is according to John D. They had some issues and concerns with it. They did not feel like it was ready, so they wanted to take a little bit more time to work on it, which has pushed everything back to sometime in January. So now, unfortunately, instead of these, which were supposed to ship from the manufacturer in October to be here in time for the end of the year, now these aren't even going to ship until January, which means probably not going to get them into February at some point. But for those of you who've backed it, it's not necessarily all bad news. All right, because as a thank you for pre-ordering, for sticking with it, and maybe as a little bit of a mea culpa, I don't know, take it for what you want, they are offering $150 off to anybody who has pre-ordered it. So instead of this being $6.99, it's going to mark it down basically to $5.49 for you. So you're gonna get $150 knocked off the price for the inconvenience of having to wait. So at least they're doing something. They don't have to do that, obviously, but they're trying to entice people to stick with the pre-orders. I get that. They're trying to keep people from canceling. And I got to tell you, I think a lot of people have already canceled this, and I think that's a major concern for them. So they're trying to maybe mitigate that by doing this. Now, he's also said that anybody who sticks with it is also going to get 5 extra games at no charge added on. Now, I find that interesting for a couple of reasons. First off, we've known for a little while now that this was going to have the ability to add games to it, that they're basically through kind of like an online store. But we didn't know exactly how they were going to do that, what the mechanism was going to be. We still don't know 100% exactly how that's supposed to work. Also, I would say, although a lot of us probably speculated on this, that there was maybe some talk about, is this going to be paid add-ons? Are you going to have to buy more games to it? Or are they going to be free, that they're just going to add them from time to time? I'm sure most of us thought they were going to be paid, that you're going to have to buy the additional games to it. I think this basically confirms that. If they're saying that for the pre-order, you're going to get 5 games for free, that you're not going to have to pay for them, doesn't that confirm the fact that they are going to be paid for games, that you're going to have to buy them to add them? We still don't know pricing. We still don't know, again, we still don't know the mechanisms of it or anything like that. But I would say that this is pretty much a confirmation that it's a store that people are going to have to buy. Question from Video Game Vegas. If you could only keep none of your arcade cabinets, which one would you choose? I choose Baby Yoda. My little Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, is not going anywhere. He's always watching. Him and Pikachu, they're always there watching. They make me nervous sometimes, if I'm being honest. Thank you for that. Let me see let me come back up and see what people are saying for a little bit before we move on. Video Game Vegas is putting in a request to P-Dubs. I want to see the T-Roll live stream for Basic Fun buying Arcade1up. I love Stock Jockey. He looks just like my dad. That's great. Chris Nooner is here. It's like John is being held hostage and forced to read a message. It did you know what, man? It did kind of have that vibe, didn't it? It's like he was trying to sound somber, about, we really hate to do this, but, and it came across like, somebody off screen was, holding a gun to his side or something and making him read the announcement. So I'm with you on that one. It was an awful video. Yes, you're delivering bad news, but don't make it sound like a eulogy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Gamer Fridge says it probably doesn't have a UI yet. You know what? I don't have it here, but I did see some footage some pictures get posted again, showing a little bit of the UI. Not too different than what we saw already, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the software part of it isn't 100% done. Cornercade is here saying, let's go. Always saying, let's go. And Home Arcade is a mess. Yeah, this is for sure. For sure. Look out, I think Roku just moved. I wouldn't put it past him. He's a slippery sucker. I got to tell you. Can't wait for the Basic Fun WWE Claw Machine and the Pac-Man Light Bright. Well, let's get into that. Because that's enough of the iconic news. You guys get it. It's delayed. If you keep your pre-order, you're going to get 150 off. You're going to get the 5 free games. Get that. Still waiting to see if they're going to open up for more people to buy it and if there'll be any additional incentives for new people to purchase it. I would say they'd be pretty smart to offer some incentives to new buyers as well, especially if enough people have canceled it, for sure. How about a shout out for Bill's best thumbnail he's ever done? Thanks, B-dubs. You know what? Let me just say that. So let me just say that real quick, because usually I make my own thumbnails, which is not too hard to tell from the way that they look, I would suppose. I decided to try something a little bit different at kind of the push of a few buddies, P-dubs being one of them, to try to take the basis of the thumbnail that I had put together and let AI spruce it up a bit. Guys, let me know in the chat if you like that, if you think it looks cool or not, or if you like the somewhat more simple thumbnails that I usually do. I'd be curious to know that, because it's going to be, kind of interesting to see what I decide to do going forward. Let's move to this next. And huge shout out to my buddy MikeOfAllTrades on this one. I know Moat usually shows up at some point to say hi in the chat here. Don't know if he's here right now or not, but got to give him a shout out. Got to talk about this real quick. Again, sound down, just to try to keep from copyright issues. And also because, guys, I want you to go check out Moat's video for sure. I will have, when the show's done, I put all the links in the description. I will have a link to his video. Jason, maybe you can throw a link in there as well if you can. But he put this video out earlier today, kind of breaking the news that it looks like Basic Fun might be trying to purchase Arcade1up. And that's kind of interesting. Here, he shows the Return of the Jedi, which is so very similar to the Arcade1up Star Wars, although as I talked about on my last live stream and whatever, the Arcade1up one was so much better for sure. But yeah, so again, shout out to Mo on this one. Let me take that down for a little bit. Go ahead and check out his video. I don't want to, go too much into it, but he does, like I said, he does talk about this. He also, if you watch the video, be sure that you check out the, oh, look at this. Say his name and he appears. No one is going to copyright you, Bill. Bro, Thank you, man. I appreciate that. But really, I want people to go check out your video. So I don't want to take too much away from it. But and Mo, glad that you're here. Please correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, because you did the video. The video was great, and then you kind of made an addendum to it in the comments, basically saying, if you'll pardon the pun, that what Basic Fun is actually trying to do is they're trying to put in a bid to tastemakers to buy Arcade1up from them. Not that this is a done deal or anything like that, but just something that they're actively pursuing. And a lot of it does, I would agree with Mo. I think a lot of this does come from Cyrus. I think Cyrus, moving from Arcade1up to Basic Fun, sounds like maybe he was having some talks behind the scenes even before he made the move. And tastemakers may not be too happy about that at all. But it's kind of interesting. And I'd be curious definitely to see where this is going to go. P-Dub says, nice job on the scoop. For sure. Uh-oh. Number on me, 3 unskippable ads before it would let me start to watch. That's weird. I try to keep the ads to the minimum on it. Hopefully they're not too abrasive on here. So your insiders will he still have a job? I'm not going to comment on that, and I'm certainly not going to ask Mo who his insider is. I have my suspicions, but I'm not going to ask him. he can have his secret, that's for sure. But guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you think it's a good idea? Basic Fun buying Arcade1up. I mean, Arcade1up's been in financial issues for a while now, for sure. Something that they probably could have worked their way out of with some decent releases, with trying to rework licenses and things like that. But I don't know. I don't think they've had the interest. I think they're looking. I think maybe Tastemakers is just looking to get out of the home arcade altogether, possibly at this point. Maybe Basic Fun is the right fit for it. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see if this actually happens, if it's a done deal or not. Like I said, it doesn't. Right now, it's all speculation on what could possibly happen. But I do find it very interesting that this is the direction that they're potentially looking to go. So, of course, a lot of us, we're going to be following this. I know I am. I'm going to be following this. I'm going to be trying to, keep an eye on what happens here over time. Let's see. Unless they want the claw machine and infinity table formats, just can't see the point of wanting them. Don't think licenses are transferable without renegotiating them. That's probably true. But you got to remember, with John D. gone, Cyrus was the license guy. Whether you think he did a good job or a horrible job on it, now he's at Basic Fun. So maybe he's still got the contacts to bring some of those over. Either that, or he's feeding them a line that he's better at this than he really is. Again, I'm not trying to diss on Cyrus. I don't really know the guy. He always seemed like, a decent guy. I couldn't get beyond the marketing speech a lot of times whenever he was on videos, to be quite honest. But, like I said, we'll see. Cyrus offered me a 2-for-1 coupon for Sizzler. Take it! It's a good deal. Take it. I don't want to see Basic Fun buy Arcade1up. Basic Fun started out the gate by not including important info in their WrestleFest. A truly AtGames Have Truth move. Totally understand that. Maybe Arcade1up sold off everything except the claw specs and is going into claw machine full time. I don't know. I can't see it being a half measure. I would think if they're going to buy it, it's going to be an all or nothing thing. Quite honestly, lurking, but everyone have a great holiday. If you're in the U.S., if you're somewhere else, have a great day and whatnot. Hit the like button for Bill because he's great. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. I appreciate you stopping by. You came by just in time, man, for me to hit on that segment. Glad to see you as always, brother. You have a great Thanksgiving too, man. Shocking someone would lie in an interview or a resume. I don't know. Like I said, it's Cyrus. But guys, so that's the big news. Those are the things that the big news that I wanted to cover tonight. Because I think it's really interesting what's going on with Iconic, the delays, seeing what's going on there. Now we got this thing with Basic Fun. Interesting timing that one comes after the other. I'll just say that. It's interesting timing. I don't know if they're related or not. But, again, make of it what you will. I'll just throw that out there. You can speculate all you want on whether or not these things are timed. Leaks tend to happen for a reason at specific times. I'll just say it that way. Funny thing is, this might be the first year Arcade1up was profitable. Maybe. I mean, like I said, they didn't put out much, but what they did put out, I think actually did pretty well. The SpongeBob Claw Machine, I think, was pretty cool that they put out. The pub table, I think, was pretty cool. I don't know. B. Kirby says, I heard they've been wanting to acquire A1up since January, and in September it looked like it was a real possibility. That's what I heard, and not from anyone in this community. Okay. Well, I know, I'll just say this, B. Kirby. I know you have a contact. So, yeah, I would say that's probably a good bet for sure. Something like this has to be in the works for over a year. Maybe. Again, it depends on where Tastemakers is with wanting to sell them and where they are with accepting bids for it or not. I said Basic Fun can put in a bid. They don't have to accept it. It could go to somebody else. Of course, if they're the only game in town or if they're the ones putting in the highest bid, then there you go. Video Game Vegas likes the Neon Pac-Man. Yeah, that was another one from this year that I know some people don't like. I actually thought it was pretty cool. I would like it better if it wasn't in that slim design. But overall, I wasn't too upset with the look of that one, quite honestly. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about some Black Friday stuff. All right, let's talk about some Black Friday stuff. Let's start with this. And actually, I want to bring up this first, because this was an email that went out to a bunch of people, probably. Anybody who subscribed to their newsletter probably got this. And this is Alice Rolls Off the Line. So it looks like they are ready for the Alice Goes to Wonderland pinball to finally be in production, finally get ready to go out to people. And I believe these are going to start rolling out in January. So just around the corner. Now to celebrate that, they are going to be doing a Black Friday pre-sale, which is actually live right now. The retail price on this is going to be $11.99, $1,200. During this pre-sale, $9.99 and free shipping, which is really pretty cool. Now, not quite as good as, the deal that the Kickstarters got, but still not bad. If you missed out on this and you're interested in getting one of these, now would actually be a pretty good time to look into it. I think it looks like this is live now and it goes through December 5th. So not very long. Again, not trying to throw FOMO at you guys, but just, again, if anybody's interested, you might want to jump on this. Here's the code AGTW2025. If you want to check this out, I will have links in the description along with the code, so you can check that out. You can see here, it does come up as the full price, so you'll have to put that code in when you add it to your cart and check out. This is a pre-sale item, projected ship date January 2026. My understanding is these are going to go out to the people who backed it on Kickstarter first, and then anybody who pre-ordered, they'll get theirs after that. So keep that in mind. Moving on, let's see here. Wonderland Pinball, the Lego set of pinball machines. While I'm not interested in the current product, I look forward to future Wonderland options. I'm curious about what they're going to do with Ninja Turtles. That's for sure. Do I think it's worth the $1,000? I don't know. I've never had the opportunity to see it, in person. So I really can't. Personally, I won't make that assessment. But you could definitely check out. There's been a lot of other YouTubers who have had a chance to check it out. So I would definitely check out some of their videos and see what they think about it. Don't be surprised if AtGames puts up a big bid. PK does have all of our credit cards in his digital Rolex now. Biggie D says he played it at Pinball Expo and it's nice. So it gets the Biggie D seal of approval. Moving on to some other Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. For those of you who own a MetaQuest or are considering getting a MetaQuest, got a big sale going on a lot of their games and things right now. 40% off if you use code BFCM25. Everything that comes up here, I believe these are the retail prices for the most part. So once you put in that code, you'll get the 40% off on these. But there's definitely some really cool ones in here. Demio, I've heard is really cool. I have not had a chance to play this yet, but it's one that I want to check out, especially the new D&D modes on it. Walkabout Mini Golf is always a lot of fun. Definitely one I would recommend. I think... the Star Wars games for sure. If you haven't played Tales from the Galaxy's Edge with the Last Call add-on, I would definitely do that. I think the Pinball VR is also on sale. I don't know if any of the add-on tables for are, but again, I will link to this in the description. So if you're a MetaQuest fan or if you're considering getting a MetaQuest, go ahead and check out that little sale going on as well. Let's see. Suggest everyone watch them building the Wonderland Pinball video before considering buying one. Let's see. Thank you for putting that in the chat, Jason. Always appreciated, for sure. Gamer Fridge wasn't that impressed. Wonderland Pinball is not good, guys. Honest opinion. Demio is awesome, but a real... yeah, I've heard that. I know somebody in this chat, or who at least was in this chat a little while ago, spent about 6 hours playing it the other day, and his eyes were about ready to fall out of his head. Where are the MetaQuest 3? There are a couple. I don't know if 3. I don't know if I saw one for 3, but I definitely saw one for the 3S. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. Let's move on. Next one I want to talk about is New Wave Toys. And yes, I know, guys, a lot of you are less than thrilled with New Wave Toys right now, waiting on a lot of pre-orders and stuff. I get that. So without getting too much into that, just want to bring up, they do this every year. They've got their Black Light Friday deal. You can get some good deals on Zoltar if you missed out. You can get some extra tickets for it. The USB change machine and the USB cigarette machine are really cool. I have the charge machine, change machine, whatever you want to call it. One, I like that. The cigarette one I think is pretty cool. Believe it or not, I actually picked this up. I bought the book, the visual guide here, on sale for $48 because I've said it before. I will say it again. I am a book nerd for anything gaming and arcade related. I love stuff like this, and this just looks so cool with how it's laid out. for each game, seeing how the screens, the controllers, the art, and everything. This is right up my alley. I absolutely love this stuff, so I'm psyched to get this. So this was something I picked up from them. I considered getting some of the little blacklight posters. Whoops, went back a little too far. Some of the blacklight posters too. I might pick one up, although I've got this one, the little DeLorean type one. I think that's pretty cool. Never really got any of the stools or anything, but again, links will be in the description, so you can definitely check this out as well. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. It's a shame. It's a shame what's been going on with them. I understand probably a lot of it has to do with the accident that Shiloh had. Again, wishing him well and a speedy recovery for sure. But it just sucks that they haven't been able to keep pace and continue to get stuff out, even with that issue going on. But I'm a fan. I like these guys. I hope they make a good bounce back in 2026. They can get everybody everything that they owe them, and move on to even better things. I think they've got some work to do to win back the community, but I think they're capable of it if they can just get back on track. I'll just leave it at that. Real quick, because I talked about this last week, Thunderstick Studios, again, 20% off site-wise. BF20 is the code for that. The Akari Warriors stick, still on sale, 40% off. Akari 40, he's had this thing off 40% for a very long time, which is good. But again, if you missed out or you've been waiting, you could pick that up. If you want to pick something else up, BF20 on that. And then there's this guy. So I wanted to talk about G.I. Joe real quick. So G.I. Joe is going to be launching a Black Friday deal live Friday at 12:01 a.m. Eastern. He's going to be opening pre-orders for the second run of his Nintendo cabs. So if you missed out on getting one of his Nintendo cabs and you really want to get one, he's going to start doing the second run live this Friday at 12:01 a.m. Eastern. He is also going to be putting some of his other products on sale. His risers and boosters are also going to be on sale. He's going to put those at 15% off. So if you've been looking for a riser for one of your Arcade1up machines, this is going to be a great time to pick one of those up. Definitely check that out. So keep an eye out for that. This is a real Black Friday deal because it goes live on Black Friday, unlike a lot of this other stuff, which is already live right now. So shout out to G.I. Joe. Great guy. Always working hard for the community, putting this stuff out. So he said if you want to pick up one of his Nintendo cabs, be sure you check that out. If you want to pick up one of the risers or boosters for one of your existing cabs, 15% off starting on Friday. Odd But Cool is here. He says he just got a riser from him and they work great. Dark Realm GM, hey everyone. Hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Stay safe and take care. Thanks, Dark Realm. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right. Who's next on my list? I'm running through these guys. I know a lot of these you guys have already seen before, but I did want to touch base on them and maybe a couple of different things that maybe you guys had not seen before. Yeah, this one's going to be controversial, but what the hell? AtGames! So we've talked about this for a while now. This is the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles HDP machine that right now is only available at Sam's Club. You can't get this anywhere else. But I've been telling you guys for a while, if you're interested in this, don't buy it because it is going to go on sale for Black Friday. Looks like that sale is now live. So if you wanted to pick up the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles machine from AtGames. Now is the time to do it. $200 off brings it down to $9.99. I do believe that if you're a Sam's Club Plus member, you will get free shipping on this. If you're not a member of Sam's Club, you probably still order this or go into the store and get it, but you're going to pay for shipping if you're having it shipped. Go to pick it up at, if you can get it in a store, that's even better. No shipping, obviously. But this is out there. Mike OfAllTrades, I'm still looking forward to my G.I. Joe cab. Hopefully he's almost up to my spot on the list. I know for a fact that he has definitely been working his tail off building a lot of these lately, for sure. So hopefully your time is coming and coming soon, brother. All right. So moving on from there, let's see. Let's talk. Let's go back to Basic Fun. All right, let's talk Basic Fun for a few minutes because they have put a lot of their stuff on sale now through Amazon, through the Black Friday sale, holiday sale, whatever you want to call it. So they've got their WWE Ultra and their Centipede Ultra being knocked down. It's from the $600 price down to $479 and $474.99 respectively. So this is actually a better deal than the $100 off that they started at when they first launched. So, for all you people who always say, wait, because a better deal may be coming, well, guess what? You were right. It's only a little bit more, but it is more of a saving. Same thing with the Counter series. You've got the Asteroids, the Tempest, the Centipede, all at $187. The WrestleFest at $189.99. With or without the fix, I don't know. Keep that in mind. Supposedly, these were supposed to be fixed. Supposedly, people have been buying them and they didn't have the fix. I will just leave it at that. You take it for what it is, all right? And then another thing is this little retro mini, which, by the way, if you have not seen my buddy Bad Guy Mike Worley's video on this, he did a really cool review of this machine, so definitely go ahead and check that out. Knocked down to $24.56. So if you liked what he had to say, for $25, it's not a bad deal for this little mini handheld game. But that's most of the Basic Fun stuff. There is one other that I wanted to bring up that isn't at Amazon. As far as I'm aware, and somebody can correct me if they've seen this somewhere else. We got MG in the chat. There he is. Let's not be passive aggressive. It's Thanksgiving. Always good to see you, MG. I always have to bring up your chat when I see it because you always accuse me of having you blocked, and you're not. So there you go. And look at that. Oh, the Hikari Warrior stick is on sale. Grab one while it lasts. Yeah, he has had that thing. I will admit, he's had that thing on sale for a very long time. But I got to tell you, I own one. I think it's cool. It's worth it if you haven't picked one up. I'll just leave it at that. But guys, it looks like the Return of the Jedi machine is now available. Looks like so far only at Walmart. Again, if anybody has seen this anywhere else, Target or any place like or Best Buy or anything like that, please let me know in the chat. I think it's just Walmart at this point right now. But again, they've got this at a pretty good deal, $100 off. And what's interesting here is this is showing a regular price of $549.99, knocked down to $449.99. So $100 off on this, which brings this in at $50 cheaper than the WrestleFest and the Centipede on Amazon. Now, Maybe that's because this isn't Spreetail doing it at Walmart. I don't know. Take it for what it is. But if you're interested in the Return of the Jedi, and again, hats off to my buddy Mike B for some great videos on this, whether it was his live stream or his review on this. If you're interested in this, be sure you check out his video on it to get a little more info before you decide to pull the trigger. But at least it's available now. So if this is something you're interested in, this might be a good time to pick it up. $100 off. Brings it much more in line of really where it should be in terms of going up against, say, like an Arcade1up Deluxe cab. For sure. So, worth checking out. That's for sure. All right. And that brings us to Arcade1up. Oh, so B. Kirby says it's at Target and Wayfair as well. I would assume Wayfair's got to have it at a much higher price, though. I could be wrong. I'll have to check it out. Target is probably similar in price to Walmart. Triumph or Die says, I bet it is Spreetail. It's tough to tell. I have to go back to see, because if you go back to here, this just says Basic Fun right here. And I don't know, maybe that does indicate that it is Spreetail as well. But whatever. It's probably the deal with Walmart versus the deal with Amazon either way. But there you go. There's some shady dealing going on with Return of the Jedi. Retail is doing it, or Spreetail is doing it. Yeah, I had to assume Wayfair would be ridiculously overpriced. They usually are. And he says Walmart has the best deal. Okay. All right. Anyway, moving on. Whether it's Spreetail or not, I that was more of a commentary about Spreetail than than anything else. I'll just leave it at that. You guys can take it for what it is. It doesn't really matter whether it's them or not. If it is, yeah, then it just means that they like to mess with prices. I think we kind of know that already. So. Okay, so Trevor Dice says sold and shipped by Spreetail. All right. Well, there you go. That does answer that question then. So interesting that they'll sell it to Walmart $50 cheaper than they'll sell it at Amazon. But again, I'm going to leave it at that. Arcade1up. So Arcade1up has a few of their products on sale as well. If you want to call it a sale, they're giving 10% off on their Class of 81 Deluxe, their Golden Tee 3D, their Pac-Man, their NBA Jam. All these look to be through Amazon for the most part, although I'm sure you could probably check, and it's probably the same or maybe similar deals at all of these places. But you go over to Amazon, here it is, $450. Normally $4.99, so you're getting $50 knocked off of this. And again, just like I was talking about with Return of the Jedi, it kind of brings all of these machines in line at right about the same price, at least for now, $450. So all these deluxes are kind of, on an even playing field right now. But if you're interested in one of these, if you haven't picked up one of these particular machines yet, for $50 off, you got Class of 81, you've got Golden Tee, Pac-Man, NBA Jam. I'm going to have a link to all of this stuff in the video. And guys, just so you know, any of the links that I have that go to Amazon, yes, they will be affiliate links. If that bothers you, you can buy them. If you want to buy them some other way, buy them some other way. But, you know, Papa's got to get paid. Let's just put it that way. not that you get that much off of these affiliate links. It's pennies on the dollar, but you know, it is what it is. And then there's B Kirby gifting 10 memberships to the channel, to the Bilberians, which I still need to put a video together for. So thank you for that. Definitely appreciated. This is for you.
I'd buy that for $1.
Thank you so much, brother. Always appreciate it. You are the best. You are definitely the best. It's Arcade1up. It's Arcade1up 2 down. I thought we were the Bill Bags. No, it's the Bilberians. It's the Bilberians. Thanks to my buddy Ritual Dello for coming up with that one. So I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a fun little play on words. All right, we are getting close to the end. I got a couple more things that I want to share with you guys. And we'll go with this one. So this is Evercade. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm glad you brought up BJ's, because I actually skipped over something that I had wanted to bring up. So thanks for that. So Class 81 was $2.99 at BJ's after Christmas last year. Expecting similar deals on MK Deluxe, which is the cat BJ's. Not quite. But there is a deal going on for Black Friday. Let me find this. I totally forgot about that. Thank you so much, Mike Hawkers, for bringing up BJ's, because I completely skipped over this one. So let me bring this up. So this is from the BJ's ad that went out to club members. If you're a member of the club, you probably got this in the mail if you got a BJ's near you. But I pulled a couple of pages off of this to share with you guys. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can do this better. And there we go. We'll do it this way instead, so I can blow this up a little bit. So BJ's has had a bunch of stuff on sale for a while now. So if you've been looking for the PlayStation Portal or the Atari Game Station Go or even the Mortal Kombat Arcade1up, they've had them on sale. They've been a decent sale price. But for Black Friday, they're going to go a step further. And some of these, the first ones I'm showing here are actually some doorbuster deals going on. So these are the kind of deals, basically, you got to be camped out in line when the store opens to get these first things. So these there's always a possibility of missing out on. Again, no FOMO. I'm just saying they're listed as doorbuster deals. Some of the ones that I find the most interesting are the PlayStation Portal at $150, which is a really good deal for that. I think right now you can get it from them for $180, and I think a few other places have had it on sale for about that same price. But down to $150 is actually a really good deal for the PlayStation Portal. $40 for Xbox and Sony PlayStation controllers is also a really good deal. And then $289 for the PlayStation VR2 with Horizon Call of the Mountain on it. Again, some really good deals, but you're talking doorbusters, so those can be hit or miss if you get those or not. I want to talk more about these. So this is the as my buddy MG would say, the real Black Friday deals, because this does not even start until tomorrow, basically, and into Black Friday. But if you've been interested in the Game Station Go, you can get the Game Station Go bundled with a case for $130, which, again, is a really good deal for this. I think right now it's like $150 or something, which is still not bad, but then knocking it down to 130 makes this almost a no-brainer for anybody who has been interested in this. And then talking about that Mortal Kombat, they've had that on sale for a while for $400, for $399. This is going to mark it down an additional $10 and bring it down to $389.99. So that is the best deal for this one, right? In a while, I would say. Keep in mind that is in club only, so you can't order this online and get it at that price. But it is something, again, I like this one. I have this one. I think it's pretty cool. It's definitely one to consider if you haven't gotten one for a while. And then there's these things, which I've been looking at in BJ's for a while and maybe considering. I don't know. We'll see. But they've got the Sonic the Hedgehog joystick player, going to be $40, and the Mighty player for $50. So, which I think this thing's normally $100. So that's basically half off on this. So, again, these are some pretty good deals. So I wanted to bring these up specifically because I know a lot of people have been mentioning BJ's and some of the sales going on. Starting tomorrow and through the weekend, that's when the really good sales are going to start on these. So if you got a BJ's near you, if you happen to be a member of their club, it's definitely something worth checking out. The Sonic Mighty player is a steal at $50. And they did not carry a lot of these. They had a ton of the joystick players. Yeah, so $3.99 today and $3.89 on Friday. Yep, exactly. Hey, you guys are having a little fun in the chat. BJ's blowout sale. All right, fine. Okay, the store is unfortunately named. All right. I suspect 2026 will feature a new MK cabinet available. Very possible, based on what we talked about earlier. Very possible. But yeah, again, thanks, Mike Hawkers, for mentioning BJ's Wholesale, because I almost forgot to bring that up. And we're getting close to 9 o'clock, so I want to run through the last little bit here really quick, because I got just a couple others that I want to mention. And this is some of the Evercade deals. So if you've been thinking about picking up one of the Evercade products, they got some pretty good deals going on right now. They've got their Super Pockets. They got a bunch of these on sale for $55. The Neo Geo one, the Data East, Capcom, and I think the Technos. No, not the Technos one. Sorry, the Technos one is still regular price. But the where was I? The Capcom, the Data East, and the Neo Geo are all on sale at Amazon. The EXP-R portable system with Tomb Raider for $104. That's actually a really good deal for that if somebody's been waiting to pick one of those up. And then a bunch of the carts are also on sale for $24. So normally $30, knocked down to $24. Not a bad deal. Again, I'll link to all of these in the description, make it really easy for you to find each individual one for sure. So you could check those out as well. And then lastly, I just wanted to bring up Amazon. I went over to their Black Friday deals, clicked on the link for tech and gaming, and filtered it down to video games. And you could see a bunch of deals going on here as well. See, now they've got that PlayStation Portal for $180 on here as well. And the VR2 for $299. So these are the prices, I think, like, again, talking about BJ's Wholesale, these are the prices I think they have been in the store for a little while. The Black Friday deal, of course, knocks them down even further. But if you miss out on that, or you don't have a BJ's near you, you want to get some of these at still a pretty decent price, there's that. Here's your deal on the MetaQuest 3S with 128 gig. I haven't seen too many really at all for the 3, But if you've been looking to upgrade, the 3S is not bad. I have the 3S, and I like it. No, the 3 is better, but it's also, a lot more expensive. This at $250 is a pretty good deal. So certainly one to check out for sure. Someone tell MG I had a pot pie for dinner and it was delicious. My pot pie was out of date, got banchan. Okay. But again, I'm not going to go through too many of these individually, but there are some pretty good deals here for different games, different peripherals, and things like that. So if you go to Amazon, you go to their Black Friday deal, you look at their, tech and gaming deals. If you want to filter it down by video games, you can do that. And you can see a bunch of really good deals going on here. There have been some other deals too. I know Metal Gear Solid Delta at one point was $30 here, and at Walmart, I think the Walmart deal is sold out now, unfortunately. So this is back up to $50, down from $70. So still not too bad. Still a fairly decent deal, but not quite the $30 that it was before. But yeah, so there you go. Just a bunch more Black Friday deals going on now that you guys can check out. So just go over to Amazon and just filter on this. Again, I think I'll have a link in the description to it filtered this way so you guys can just make it easy and check some of this stuff out. Let me finish up with what's going on in the chat here, and then we can call it a night. Mike Kurtz, I got a notification from Castlemania Games that all the November Evercade carts shipped, including the rare cart I've been looking forward to, so that's good. Took it off me because I argue with... What did I do? Doesn't MG have a wrench? This is blasphemy. He does not have a wrench, but I will consider it. I will consider it. MG is actually great at moderating. I know he does it for a bunch of the other guys' channels for sure. So I will... Maybe once I unblock you, MG, then I'll give you the wrench. All right? How does that sound? Still waiting for PD7 to reveal he returned his PS5 Pro and bought an Xbox 360 instead. Oh, Ritual Dello is here. Late to the party, just saying hello. I'll catch the replay. Good to see you, brother. And we got JJ and MG arguing. Always fun. I'm buying up old Switch games. Yeah, there's been a bunch of them. I'm awful at moderating. Well, that's a way to sell yourself for me to give you a wrench. This is telling me you're awful at it. But guys, that's going to do it. That's my look at some of the Black Friday sales and deals going on right now or coming up very soon in the next day or two as we head into Thanksgiving tomorrow and, of course, Black Friday the day after that. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you got something out of it. Hope the news at the beginning was interesting. I hope it gives us a lot to talk about over the next couple of weeks. I have a feeling it just might. For all of you here in the U.S., happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Again, I know I'm always looking forward to it. I was saying to a friend of mine, my favorite thing always comes after Thanksgiving, and that is one of my favorite meals, which is turkey soup. So I am very much looking forward to my wife making some turkey soup after Thanksgiving because I love it. But again, I hope you guys all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Please don't, elbow any old ladies to get to Switch games on Black Friday if you can help it. Keep it safe out there. And we will see you guys soon. I probably will not be doing a show next week. I'll probably be back in 2 weeks. But Again, I will see you guys then, and head on over to Arcades Anonymous and check them out, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care, and happy gaming.